Okay, away with his foolishness. Let's take his other video. So here he said he want to prove five salats to somebody in the Quran. Now check the foolishness of how he tried to make a fool out of himself in the first place. He wanted to prove to somebody that there's 5 salats in the Quran. And he's going to mention by name. Now check.
Where is the 5 daily prayers mentioned in the Quran? Very, very good question. Now, I must be say yambo 5 daily prayers in our Quran. All the 5 daily prayers is actually in the Quran.
He said all the 5 daily prayers is actually, listen to the English, is actually in the Quran. He says all the 5 daily prayers is actually in the Quran. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my assignment to all of you listening. Whenever you see any Sunni scholar, Shia scholar, Ahmadiyya scholar, Tijaniya scholar, the sectarians, the mushriks, whenever you see their scholars, please ask them, did the Prophet receive the Quran first, or was it the Salat he received first? Because remember, the Salat, in the Salat, you have to recite the Quran. So the Prophet Muhammad, I repeat, please listen carefully. I want you to use this question and ask them. Was it the Quran the Prophet received first, or was it the 5 Salats they are claiming? Which one did he receive first? If it is the Quran he received first, then according to them, they are now claiming, because of Baba Shuaib, they are claiming 5 Salats in the Quran. Then why will the Prophet now go to the 7 heavens to go and meet God according to your comedy books? Then you say he's going to collect 5 Salats. Ladies and gentlemen, let it make sense. You listen to me carefully. If they said Prophet Muhammad received the Quran first, and they are claiming 5 Salats, this so-called 5 Salat they keep telling you, they say it's already in the Quran, right? Listen carefully. They said it's in the Quran, right? Okay. So if it is already in the Quran, that means you already received the Quran before even the Salats, according to them. So now, if he is now going to receive the Salat, you say he went to the sky to go and receive 5 Salat, but yet that 5 Salat you are claiming is already in the Quran, ladies and gentlemen. They said it's already here. Hey, it's already in the Quran, according to these mushriks, the clowns, the comedians. 5 Salats is in the Quran. But again, you said in your Sahih al-Bukhari 349, it is Sahih, classified by their scholars as Sahih, authentic. They said the Prophet went to the heavens to go and bring 50 Salats, and it was negotiated till it became 5 Salats. So the Prophet went to the heavens just because of 5 Salats, 5. Like this, 5. And he traveled to the heavens to go and bring them down. But yet, these people say it's already in the Quran. Hey, logic. Where is the logic? No, please, I'm begging you in the name of God. Ask the scholars this question. Don't beat around the bush. Take my words, you can paraphrase, but ask them this question. If they said he's already in the Quran, the moment you ask any mushrik scholar and he's telling you 5 Salats are in the Quran, just say, scholar, wait. Sahih al-Bukhari 349. Did the Prophet go to the heavens to bring Salat? You say yes. Okay, scholar, the Salats, 5 Salats, and the Quran, which one came first? They will say the Quran, because the Quran made the Prophet a prophet. Without the Quran, Prophet Muhammad is not a prophet. Without the Quran, yes, he can never be a prophet. It is the book that makes you a prophet. So now the book, if you don't know, go and read Quran chapter 2, verse 213. When God raises prophet among people, he sent down with them the book, Al-Kitab, so that they can judge between the people. So it is the book that made Prophet Muhammad a prophet. Okay, so if now he has already received the Quran, that means the Quran was given to him 5 Salats. According to the mushriks, 5 Salats should already be inside. because that is the same book we are using today. So if that is the case, then why does he have to go to the heavens? Now going to negotiate 50 salats till it becomes 5 and he brings it down again, whilst it's already in the Quran. Then what is the going to the skies for? To do what? Baba Shuaib will make you reason by force. Quran chapter 25 verse 44, God says, do you think that most of them listen or reason? Then God just says they are just like livestock. And he says they are even more astray than the livestock. Are you getting my point? Okay. So now, this guy says he wants to prove that there are 5 salats in the Quran. Listen to the comedy here.
The Quran starts by mentioning the first prayer, Wal Fajr, Surah Al-Fajr.
He says the Quran starts by mentioning, listen carefully.
Wal Fajr, Surah Al-Fajr.
He says the Quran starts by saying Wal Fajr, chapter 89 verse 1. Please, ladies and gentlemen, Wal Fajr, does it say Wal Salat Al-Fajr? Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Chapter 89 verse 1. Let me put it on the screen. Chapter 89 verse 1. I'm going to put it on the screen. And you tell me whether it says Salat al-Fajr there. This is Surah al-Fajr, chapter 89 verse 1. So God says, Wal Fajr, by the dawn. Does it say what Salat al-Fajr? So UTI Bozo says that verse is talking about Salat al-Fajr. That's what he said. I'm not saying it. This is how they lie. Are these same clowns, are they not the ones who tell you that the Prophet Muhammad is the one explaining the Quran? So if Prophet Muhammad is the one explaining the Quran, where is his explanation that he said that Wal Fajr means Salat al-Fajr? Where? Please, Biko, please carry that tafsir and bring it to us. The tafsir of Muhammad. Listen again to the clown.
Wal Fajr, Surah Al-Fajr, Wal Fajr. And Bobo answer Wal.
So he says, Wal Fajr, chapter 89, verse 1, that is Salat al-Fajr, according to him, not according to anybody, according to him, UTI Bozo. And these people say the Prophet, he say Baba Shuaib is rejected the hadith of the Prophet. Okay, bring that hadith and explain the explanation of the Prophet, where he explained that Wal Fajr means Salat al-Fajr. Please, bring it. This is why they are scared to face me one-on-one. Because I'll set you guys up. Yes, with your foolishness, I'll set you up. You can only lie to your audience, staying far away. Yes, that's what you do. You stay there in your glass houses and throw stones. I'm okay with that. Step on my foot. Then he's going to lie about Salat al-Asr again. Check. Salat al-Asr. He's going to lie. Listen.
Asr. Surat al-Asr.
And he's even laughing. You see the clown? Surah al-Asr, chapter 103, verse 1. Chapter 103, verse 1. Surah al-Asr. Wal Asr, by the era or by the time. He said, Wal Asr means Salat al-Asr. So according to him, you start from Fajr. He says, Wal Fajr is Salat al-Fajr. Then you jump. You didn't go to Wal Zuhur. I didn't see what was Zuhur. So from Fajr, you go to Asr straight. I didn't see what Zuhur. Where is what Zuhur? I didn't see what Zuhur. Hey, UTI Bozu. This guy is a clown. So what Zuhur? We are looking for what Zuhur. We didn't see it. Wal Maghrib also. We didn't see it. And Wal Isha. So please ask him, what layl? Is it salat? Is that also salat al-layl? And then what duha? Is also salat al-duha. Hey, UTI Bozo. Okay, let's go.
Wal Fajr. Surat al-Fajr. Wal Asr. Surah Al-Asr mu, yanche Quran 17 mu. I will show you all the 5 daily prayers in the Quran. Let's wo and a wunim and I will and a wunu. And it's a question, so it requires a beautiful answer, and we shall give you the beautiful answer. What will show you? Hold on now. Yanchre mu enwi na wafre. Now, Allah say our Quran chapter number 17 mu, verse number 78. Os akim salat li duluki shamsi. Os monya sorry, perform as salah. Okay, my info maybe you are no.
So the questioner was asking him a question. He didn't answer the question. He didn't finish answering the question. Then he said, let me pick a call. I'll come back and answer the question. That's how it ended. He didn't answer anything. Anyways, now I'm going to the latest video he did concerning me when I went to Mami Grace program. The show I did with Mami Grace. He did a latest video according to him in the video because people sent him my video from Mami Grace. So he has to give a response. And this is how, Baba Shuaib, I'll keep setting up these fools as scapegoats. And I'll make you see their asses wide open because they are clowns and liars. I will expose them. And the day they step forward, that's the end of their careers. Yes, you check the records. Whoever stepped up my foot and I did a rebuttal, their career doesn't last. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Crucintin. He says urinary tract infection, UTI. Yes. That's the daawa he does. Sister Diana says, yes, I had a mushrik telling me just today that Muhammad is the one to explain the Quran. I had to laugh. The brain is not okay. They had the audacity to say there no explanation in the Quran to pray salat. Yes, that's what they do. They have the audacity because they speak from the back of their head, not from even the front, the back of the head. That's how they speak. So now let's go to his next video. This is his latest video. I'm going to show you the foolishness in the way they try to twist the words of God. Yet they say the prophet is the one explaining the Quran. And yet these people cannot quote one reference where the prophet is explaining the nonsense they are saying. So now check this. This is him.
That 5 daily prayers is not mentioned in the Quran is palpable and a huge misconception.
Did you hear what he said? He's using big English. I wonder if he understands the English he's using. He says the assertion, and even the subtitles was spelled wrongly.
The assertion that
it is not assertion like this. It has to be ASSERTION. Is assertion with T. Assertion, not assertion. This one, right? He didn't even pay attention. He's using big English without actually understanding what he's saying. So this is not what it means. We don't say assertion. What is written on your subtitles. This video he has it on his official page. I'm serious. He doesn't know the difference between assertion and assertion. This is assertion, he wrote. What he said is assertion with T-I-O-N, right? Not with this. Okay. So then he used the word palpable. He kept using words. He doesn't even understand what he's saying. Because I told you this guy, he had a failed dancehall career. To be honest, I feel sorry for him because hey, UTI Bozu. Don't worry, we didn't see it on time. We could have prayed for you for your career to, because now musicians are getting more money instead of just, Okay, so let's go.
The assertion that 5 daily prayers is not mentioned in the Quran is palpable and a huge misconception.
So he says it is a misconception. For those who are saying the 5 daily prayers are not mentioned in the Quran, he says it's palpable and a huge misconception. Using big English, but you have no idea what you are saying. Okay, so it's a misconception, right? And I already gave my audience how they can use to know the contradictions in the things you guys say. Because if you say that the 5 prayers are already in the Quran, then you are a fool. Wallahi, you are a fool by believing the hadith books again. Because the Sahih al-Bukhari 349 is telling you the Prophet went to the heavens to go and bring 50 prayers, and it was negotiated to 5. So you are telling me the 5 is already in the Quran. Listen carefully. The 5 is already in the Quran, but yet your Prophet has to go to the heavens again to go and negotiate. Hey, UTI Bozu. You guys, when you speak, you don't think, oh. The foolishness is what you keep spewing to your sheeple audience. Yes, your sheeple audience.
If you want to know how and where it is mentioned in the Quran, share this video and stay with us.
Let's clap for him. He is going to prove to us. Let's clap for him. Where is the clapping? Let's continue. He is going to prove to us. Let's go.
My name is UTI Daawa.
His name is Ishaka Al-Hassan Sofo. Sofo means old man. That is his name. His real name is Ishaq Al-Hassan Sofo. He's an old man. Look, a young man looking old, miserable, already in your young age like this. So Ishaq Al-Hassan Sofo. Your name is not UTI Daawa. Unless you are doing, urinary tract infection. Who was helping me? Tract infection, right? Mr. Cruising, thank you for that. Unless if you are doing that daawa, because there is nothing you are doing there. Okay, let's go.
While the Quran does not list 5 daily prayers by their conventional names as Zohar, Fajr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha,
he just confessed, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, he just confessed. But this is the confession that his audience are not listening. UTI Daawa just confessed. He made a confession. But his audience, they don't pay attention. So when he make these flimsy, stupid statements, then the people will say, oh, mashallah, thank you for replying that crazy guy, that man. Are you not ashamed that your scholar, your comedian, your clown is replying a madman? You say I'm a madman, but somebody who you claim he's not mad, he's replying a madman. What does that make you, the one cheering this clown? Hey, these people, correctional officer will frustrate you. I'm serious. The hatred they have for the correctional officer is big. Is big. That is why whenever I go to any platform, the video trends in Ghana. Whenever somebody touches me, the video trends because of the hatred they have for it. They wish they could see somebody strike me down. But unfortunately, they don't have anybody in Ghana to boast of. But except these clowns. UTI Bozu. So he made a confession. Listen to the confession.
Share this video and stay with us. My name is UTI Daawa. While the Quran does not list 5 daily prayers by their conventional names as Zohar, Fajr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha.
So he says, while the Quran does not list the 5 daily prayers by their conventional names, what was he trying to do in the previous video I played? He started by saying, Wal Fajr. Then he says, that is Salat al-Fajr. Then he says, Wal Asr. That is Salat al-Asr. What was he trying to do? He was trying to give you the conventional names. So here he's making a confession that while the Quran does not give you the conventional names of that. Our correctional officer will let you guys expose your own selves. Don't worry. So when I went to my Greece, this is my claim. This was my claim that I'm making. So let me interrupt this video with my claim on Miami Grace program. Now check what I said. I'm going to play my video. Check what I said clearly here.
Quran is mentioned 3 times. We have Salat al-Fajr, and then Salat al-Isha, that is the evening Salat and the dawn Salat. Then we have Salat al-Wusta, which is in the middle, and not in the middle of the day. The daytime doesn't have any Salat. It is in the middle of the night. They concorded what we call Salat al-Zuhur, which is the noon Salat, middle of the day, and then Asr, and then Maghrib. You don't find these Salats in the Quran. You will never find where it says Salat al-Zuhur, Salat al-Asr, Salat al-Maghrib. I dare any scholar watching.
Hey, nowhere cool.
So did you hear my challenge? This was my challenge. I dare any scholar watching. Come and prove to me where it says Salat al-Zuhur, Salat al-Asr, Salat al-Maghrib. You will never find it in the Quran. But because they are sheeple in the head, they don't have critical thinking abilities to listen and reason. I'm not saying all of them, most of them. They have the sheeple mindset. They don't know how to listen to a wise person when a wise man is speaking. Anyways, you know, fools despise wisdom. So when a wise person is speaking, ignorant people are listening to something else. This was the challenge I threw on the program. I dare any scholar watching. They should come, let's sit down. I dare you. You try, give me a call. We can arrange it. Then you come and prove to Baba Shuaib where it says Salat al-Zuhur, Salat al-Asr, and Salat al-Maghrib in the Quran. I dare you. But here you are confessing yourself. You made a confession, you UTI bozo. You said the Quran does not mention by their conventional names. But what were you trying to prove? We, the ones who follow the Quran alone, we believe the Quran is complete. Quran chapter 6 verse 115. God says, وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا لَا مُبَدِّلَ لِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. The word of your Lord is complete in truth and justice. So I believe in the truth God gives me in the Quran, the book of God. It's complete. So God has given me 3 salats, and I can find all the names there. Quran chapter 24 verse 58 mentioned 2 salats by name, Salat al-Fajr and Salat al-Isha. And Quran chapter 2 verse 238 mentions Salat al-Wusta by name. So 3 salats only you can find by name in the Quran. No other salat will you find it by name in the Quran except these 3. Yes, salam, Liman Imrana. No other salats. But when I'm talking, the sheeple among them, because they don't have the level IQ. I spoke on Mami Grace program. I said IQ, intelligent quotients. A lot of their scholars, especially these clowns on social media, they don't have it. Yes, I'm serious. I'm not joking with you. It's not an insult. I'm just telling you the bitter truth, which is better than sugar-coated lies. I'm not here to joke with you. So sometimes when I speak, people say, oh, this guy is arrogant. I'm just being confident. That's all. Because I have the truth from God. So who am I to be scared of anybody? Quran chapter 3 verse 160, God says, if he should support you, none can defeat you. So tell me, if you have God as a representative, who else should you be scared of? You tell me, who should Baba Shuaib should be scared of in Ghana in terms of sitting logically, head to head? You tell me, bring me your best scholars. Let's sit down, head to head. Who are you going to call for me? UTI Bozo or Shan Nation? Who? Who do you have? Prince Mushrik? Prince Mushrik, he has retired. Now he's scared of me. When people tag him on my videos, he's scared. He doesn't even come and check. I will mess you up. Emotional miscreants. Let's go. So they fail to listen critically. So then they twist person's words. So now let's go back to the comedian.
It alludes them collectively, and the use of Arabic grammar will bring all these things out.
So now it's not about the prophet bringing them out. Listen carefully. It says the Quran alludes them. Those 5 salat, they are forcing to push it there. Like, you know, how will I say? You know the ring. Imagine your husband buys you a ring. For the women, I'm talking to the women. Your husband buys you a ring, and then this wedding ring finger is actually big. Imagine trying to push it into the ring, but it doesn't go. Just imagine. That is how the mushriks are trying to force their 5 salat in the Quran. I'm going to prove it to you, how they fool themselves, trying to prove it by force. Now he says, The Arabic grammar is going to be so. No, it's not the prophet going to bring it to. Ladies and gentlemen, these people, they forget themselves. They say the prophet is the one explaining the Quran. Haven't you heard that many times? They said the prophet is the one explaining the Quran, right? So where did the prophet explain the 5 salats? That there are 5 salats in the Quran. Where? Huh? Where? No, where? So now it is not about the prophet explaining. Are you catching their hypocrisy and their lies now? So now it is not about the prophet. He says the Arabic grammar is going to bring them out, even though he confesses that the Quran does not mention their conventional names. Hello, listen carefully. Baba Shuaib, I'm very good at listening to clowns, especially like this. So help me, let's listen to them carefully. We are going to use their own words against them. Let's go.
Unless you do not understand Islam.
Unless you do not understand Islam. We are going to find out if he understands Islam.
But to our questions to all those who say the 5 daily prayers are not mentioned in the Quran, are you telling us that all those in Makkah, all those performing Hajj?
So now he's going to use the majority to make the conclusion. This is the foolishness of the sectarians. Always using their number, the majority. Quran chapter 6 verse 116. This is what God says. Listen, by using your majority, your audience, or the group to make statements, that's how a fool you can look like. Quran chapter 6 verse 116. Wa in tuti akthara man fil ard yudilluka an sabilillahi. Then he says what? In yattabi'una illa zanna. Then he says wa in hum illa yakhrusun. And if you obey most of those on earth, you know those on earth, right? Including animals, including jinns, including human beings, including, you name it, AI, everything on earth, most. If you obey most of those on earth, they will mislead you from the way of God. They only follow assumption. And they are only guessing. So I'm going to use this UTI bozo to show you how he guesses things into the words of God. Remember, Quran chapter 10 verse 82. This is how to establish the truth. You can only establish the truth with the words of God, not with the words of men. So God says, وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. He says God will enforce the truth with his words, even if the criminals dislike it. The criminals like UTI bozo. Even if they dislike it, we are going to use the words of God to push their falsehood away. Yes, I dare you, Baba Shuaib. I'm telling you, you have nobody in Ghana. Wallahi. That's why your scholars are running away. You think I'm joking, right? You let them find me one-on-one. Let's go.
Those imams in Makkah do not understand Arabic. They don't understand the Quran.
You see the foolishness again. If you claim the prophet is the one explaining the Quran, we are not talking about the imams in Saudi Arabia. We are not talking about anybody anywhere. Kuku, bring the explanation of the prophet. Let's end this argument. Oh, why are you making life difficult like this? You're making life difficult. Look, forget about the imams in Saudi Arabia. Forget about imams in Egypt. Forget about imams in Ghana. Forget about everybody. Please bring us the explanation of the prophet where he explained 5 prayers into the Quran. That is simple and clear. Stop fooling people. I'm making issue, the matter, I'm making it, look, when we meet in the debate, you have to prove to me where the prophet explained 5 prayers into the Quran. I dare any scholar in Ghana. Ghana is too small, right? 32 million. The whole world, the mushriks, I'm daring you. Come and show me the explanation of the prophet where he explained 5 prayers into the Quran. That day, correctional officer will make you repeat yourself 1,000 times. Wallahi, wallahi. This is my time. You guys, your time has already passed. Baba Shuaib, this is my time. God has actually instilled me now. You will prove when you meet me that day. No wonder all of you are scared. The mushriks. I dare you. Wallahi, I dare you. You prove. We are going to see. Yes, Ken Hassan. Peace to you, brother. Let's go.
But some madman somewhere is the one that teaches you the Quran.
So madman, he's indirectly throwing shots at me, but he's offended with me. How can you be offended with a madman? You said I'm a madman, but you are offended with me. Hey, what does a madman do to you this time? Where is that video? I have one video that they say I'm a madman, but they are offended when it comes to my videos. I don't know why. Where is it? Let me play this video. They say I'm a madman, but they are watching a madman. They say I'm a madman, but they are responding to a madman. They say I'm a madman, but they are infuriated when a madman is speaking on Mami Greece. Is speaking. Hey, these mushriks are frustrated. The Prophet Muhammad was called a madman by mushriks. Remember that. Mark it on the wall. The Prophet Muhammad of the Quran, as a prophet and a messenger, was called a madman by the mushriks of his time. Baba Shuaib today, I'm being called a madman by the mushriks of my time. That's why when I call them mushriks, they are boiling. Hey, mushriks. So come, let's have intellectual battle. Mushriks, I don't know why you guys are scared. And that is why Baba Shuaib, I keep throwing the challenge out there. The best they can see, he's a madman, he's crazy. But why are you offended when a madman is speaking? You say Baba Shuaib is crazy, or he's a lunatic, don't mind him, but you are offended. So if a madman speaks and you are offended, what does that make you? Hey, these bozos, I will frustrate you, mushriks. Wallahi, I will frustrate you, poto. When I do this correctional officer, my signature laughing, the correctional officer, it burns them. It burns them to the core. Please, thumbs up to all those who watch my program with Mami Grace. You saw how I was vibing with her. You saw how I gave her the handshake at the end. Like it pinches the mushriks. Hey, what does Baba Shuaib done to you, mushriks? I don't understand. No. You are mushriks, I'm telling you for a fact. It's not a joke. Wallahi, wallahi, you are mushriks. And I'll tell you, I'm not scared of you. You understand? So let's go. Let's continue with this bozo.
All the scholars in Islam in the world don't understand the Quran.
It is not about all the scholars. You said the prophet is the one explaining the Quran. Please, bring the explanation of the prophet where he explained 5 prayers in the Quran. Please, ladies and gentlemen, is it a bigger challenge? Is it a big challenge? Are these not the same mushriks who said the prophet is the explainer of the Quran? No, please, ladies and gentlemen, are they not the ones who are saying that the Prophet Muhammad is the one explaining the Quran? So bring his explanation. How is this difficult? Let's go.
It's you who knows the Quran than us, and so therefore you are telling us we don't understand the Quran. It is only you who understands the Quran, right?
He's talking to me, but he's scared to mention my name. You know, in Ghana, when you tell somebody, say fin, Chefin Kaduba, say fin and see, he's scared. Wallahi, this guy is scared of me. When he sees my video or they mention my name to him, it like, hey, UTI Bozo, don't worry.
You should sit down and think. You should sit down and think that the billion numbers of Muslims who are praying 5 times a day all do not understand Arabic.
Yeah, God says we should not follow the majority. He says we should not obey. Me, I follow God. So God said I shouldn't obey the majority. What is your problem?
Don't understand the Quran. Only you. Only you, these few people.
Oh. He says because we are few. He says because we are few. So only us understand the Quran. No problem. Let's go.
Now let's take this one by one. Let's talk about Salat al-Fajr.
So now he didn't say wal fajr. He didn't say wal fajr. So he says let's talk about Salat al-Fajr. Thank you all sending me the gifts. I appreciate it on TikTok. I appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you all for those joining, new ones. Thank you for the gift also. Let's go.
The dawn prayer. Allah says, أقيموا الصلاة لدلوك الشمس إلى غسق الليل وقرآن الفجر إن القرآن الفجر كان مشهودا. Establish prayer at the decline of the sun from its meridian until.
Ladies and gentlemen, he put the verse on the screen. They said decline of the sun. Did you see meridian there? There's no meridian there. This is how they twist the words of God. He added his own words to twist the words of God. He says meridian. There's no meridian. Oh, that's the verse. He put it on the screen. I didn't put the verse on the screen. He put the verse on the screen and he's adding his own words to the words of God. Then he says from the meridian. Okay, let's go.
The darkness of the night, and also the Quran, such as recitation of the Quran. Indeed, the recitation of dawn is ever witnessed. Now let's analyze this verse, Quran 17 verse 78. The phrase which is used at dawn refers to the Fajr prayer, as it is a time when the Quran is recited and the angels witness this act of worship, as confirmed in the Hadith. But we are not talking about Hadith here. Now, so the Quran uses Quran al-Fajr. This is the Fajr prayer. Nobody has to deny about this. There is no argument about this. That's the morning period prayer, early morning period prayer. Now let's talk about Zuhur prayer. And this we can find in Quran 2, verse number 238. Hafidhu ala salawati wa salati al-wusta wa ku.
So now he said, listen what he said. He said, let's talk about the Zuhur prayer. So coming from Salat al-Fajr, the next one he said is Zuhur prayer. Listen carefully. He said Zuhur. Zuhur is the middle of the day that they have given you, not from God. We are going to catch his lies. He said the Zuhur prayer is the middle prayer. Listen carefully. If you have Fajr and you have Zuhur and you have Asr, you have Maghrib and you have Isha, according to them, there's 5 salats. Zuhur can never be the middle prayer. If you have 5 things in a row like this, the middle is what? The third one. The middle is not the second one. Are you getting the point? So now he says, let's go to the Zuhur prayer. Now check the verse he's going to quote.
Allahu Akbar. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, guide strictly your habit of prayers, in other words, especially the middle prayer. And
the verse doesn't say guide strictly your habit of prayers. I don't know which translation you are using. The translation you put on the screen is not the same translation you are reading. I don't understand how you guys play with words. Seriously, this is why Baba Shuaib has the befitting translation out there for people, word for word translation. Cross-check the things yourself. These people are not truthful. They will never tell you what even a verse literally says. I'm serious. They said the prophet is the one explaining the Quran, yet they will never bring the verses or the explanation of the prophets where it says something. So they play with words, twisting your brains. This is what they keep doing.
Stand before Allah in devotion. This also, let's analyze this. The word Salat al-Wusta, the middle prayer. Salat al-Wusta, the middle prayer, is understood to be the.
It's understood by who? UTI Bozo. It's understood by who? It's understood to be you foolish clowns, comedians. You keep telling us the prophet is the one explaining the Quran. Now you are quoting verse, you say it's understood by who? Is it the prophet who told you that? Where can we find that explanation? Where the prophet says Salatul Wusta is understood to mean what? Let's check.
Asr prayer. And it is Salatul Wusta, the middle prayer.
Ladies and gentlemen, when he mentioned the Fajr prayer, after the Fajr, didn't he tell us he's going to show us the Zuhur prayer? That's why he came to this verse, right? From Fajr. He said he's going to show us Zuhur. That's why he came to this verse. So now, why is Zuhur? And he's already talking about Asr. He said this verse has been understood by who? He never mentioned to you. and you say, hey, UTI daawa, you gave that guy response. Understood by who? Who said Salatul Wusta is Asr? Understood by who? I want to know. By the Prophet? Where does he say that? In which tafsir? Does he say the Prophet says Salatul Wusta means Asr? I dare any of you, mushriks, come and prove to me.
How is it the middle prayer? Because it is between the Maghrib and then the Zuhur prayer. It is between the Maghrib and the Zuhur prayer. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used plural. He did not talk about one prayer. He said salawat. This refers to multiple prayers.
If it is multiple, he can be 100. Dummy. If something is multiple, if he says prayers, it can be 100. What about that? How did you deduce, since it's multiple, how did you deduce that the multiple is 5? In Arabic, if I say salataini, that is 2, only 2 salats. But it says hafizu ala salawat, meaning guard over the salats. Because you are not going to do it only in one day. There is another day. You keep doing it till you die. So that is salawats. You keep doing every day. So you have to guard over it. God is not talking about just one day. Guard over the one day salats. No. Hafizu ala salawats. It can be 1,000. So if it is multiple, how did you deduce? I want to know, where is the Prophet explaining this thing for you? That this is 3 and 2 and where? Let's listen.
This confirming more than one daily prayer is ordained in this. So if you say it is only Zuhur, why the salawat? Where do you read?
Who is talking about Zuhur here? Baba Shuaib, when I went to Mami Grace, did I mention Zuhur? Did I say he's talking about this? This is the straw man argument these people do, but their sheeple audience keep cheering them, think they are answering my questions. Did Baba Shuaib go to say there is Zuhur in the Quran? Now you are saying if there is, you say Zuhur is 3, this is UTI Bozu for you, ladies and gentlemen. He's explaining you 5 salat. Come and see. If you understand him, come. Okay.
Reject it. Where do you place it? So this is referring to more than one daily prayer. So in this verse, you have 2 prayers over there.
Hey! I'm going to put the verse on the screen. UTI Bozu, chapter 2, verse 238. He says there are 2 salats in that verse. UTI Bozu, hey, your ass is on fire. So this is the verse on the screen. Hafizu ala salawati. Then he says, wa salatul wusta wa kumu lillahi qanitin. Observe the salats. That is in plural form. So litanies. The mushriks will just, let's assume, okay, let's accept the word prayers. So observe the prayers. Then he says, together with the middle prayer, the litany, and stand obediently before God. How does he mention 2 salats there? Because if it says guard over the salawats, that is plural. It is not 2. It's talking about a lot of salats that you do in your lifetime. But then now he specifically tell you about the middle salats. And UTI Bozo says that verse is talking about 2 salats. Listen to his line.
Zuhur is referring to more than one daily prayer. So in this verse, you have 2 prayers over there, which is...
You see the lie? So he says in this verse, chapter 2, verse 238, there is 2 salats there. The grammar doesn't accept that. And that's why I tell you, these clowns, you don't pay attention to what they are saying. So they keep doing this, maneuvering around the words of God and twisting the narrative. These same clowns will tell you the prophet is the one explaining the Quran, and yet they cannot show you the explanation of the prophet, where he explained this verse. Wallahi, they don't have it. So now this is how they play with the words. He says this verse is talking about 2 salats. Hey, UTI Bozu. Hey, I wish I would get you one-on-one in the debates. Hey, let's go.
Zuhur and then Asr.
You are a liar, pathetic liar. Where is that's this guy? Hi, UTI Bozo. So Quran chapter 2 verse 238. Hafizu ala salawati wa salatul wusta wa kumu lillahi qanit. You say he's talking about 2 salats. Hey, did he say Hafizu ala salatain? Hey, UTI Bozo. Allah ya Isa. Let's go forward.
Can found in Quran 2 verse number 238. Get that.
He says we should get that too by force. I don't see still where the prophet explained that too. I don't see where the prophet explained this.
Now, when Allah Azza wa Jalla wanted to talk about the Zuhur prayer alone, that is why he spoke in Quran chapter number 30 verse 17 to 18, where it says,
Quran chapter 30 verse 17 to 18 does not mention the word salat there. And it doesn't say salat is zuhur. I'm going to prove it. This is how they keep lying to you, but they keep telling you the prophet explains the Quran, yet we don't see the explanation. So let's go to the verse. I'm going to put the verse on the screen to expose the lies of these clowns for you. Quran chapter 30 verse 17 to 18. Many a times you see these clowns quoting this verse to say that it is talking about salat. Baba Shuaib is going to prove to you that there's no word salat mentioned in this verse, and it's not about salat. So this is the verse. He says, فَسُبْحَانَ hina tumsuna wa hina tusbihun. So glory be to God when it is nightfall and when it is morning. When I say glory to God, let's say I get up in the morning and I say Subhanallah, or I say Alhamdulillah. It is not about salat. Establishing salat, I need to go and do the wash up, to wash up and get ready for establishing the salat. That is different from just glorify. So if I say glory be to God for waking me up, when it is nightfall, I say glory be to God. When it is morning, I say glory be to God. I don't need to establish salat to do that. So now, chapter 30, verse 70, where is the word salat there? This is how they twist the words of God out of context. وَيُحَرِّفُونَ الْكَلِمَ عَنْ مَوَاضِعِهِ. This is exactly what the Jews did, and this is exactly what the mushriks among us are doing. They twist the words of God, always. Quran chapter 30, verse 17 does not mention salat there. There is no salat. It's a glory to God. Quran chapter 30 verse 18, where he says, وَلَوُ الْحَمْدُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Then he says, well, وَأَشِيَّ. Then he says, وَهِينَ تُزْهِرُونَ. And for him is all praise in the heavens and the earth, while it is evening and what? And when it is noon. Where is the salat mentioned? Where does it say salat zuhur? Where is the word salat mentioned in this verse? Remember, Quran chapter 10 verse 82. God says, وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. And God will enforce the truth with his words, even if the criminals like UTI Bozu dislike it. Where does it say salat in this verse? Chapter 30 verse 17 to 18. I dare anybody, come and show me in that verse where it mentioned the word salat, or where does it say salat zuhur in this verse? It is about glorification and singing praises. That's all. I can sit down right now and say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, or I say Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. That's it. It's not about establishing salat. So if you say the prophet is the one explaining the Quran, please show us where the prophet said this verse is talking about salat. I dare anybody. Wallahi, and they can't. They cannot prove that. Where the prophet said this verse is talking about salat. So that is how these clowns keep lying to you about words of the Quran. And you are taking them seriously. You think they are knowledgeable. You wait till Baba Shuaib get them one by one. I have all my debates with the clowns. Go and watch my debates with them. They are empty-headed. I'm serious. Let's go.
حين تمسون وحين تصبحون ولو الحمد في السماوات والأرض وعشيا وحين تظهرون. Where it says, so exalted is Allah when you reach the evening and when you reach the morning. And then where it says, and to him is due praise throughout the heavens and the earth, and exalted is he at night when you are at noon. The word to the Hirun is a personal pronoun. It's come from derivative. Its derivative word is avhara, and its root word is zuhur, which is actually the afternoon prayer. So we can see zuhur prayer clearly mentioned here. And the
UTI. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, he says we can see zuhur prayer clearly mentioned. Does he say Salatul Zuhur there? Tuzhirun is an action going on. It doesn't say Salatul Zuhur. Please, Biko. Where does he say, hey, UTI? You say it's clearly mentioned. Ha, what way? So you guys, you now have to lie confidently with the words of God. And the clowns and the sheeple audience in Ghana are just enjoying you clowns on social media. Let's go.
The pairing of the noon and the evening prayer, which is Maghrib, is also mentioned here in a distinct terms. So there is no argument. Zohar is mentioned and Asr is mentioned in Quran 2 verse number 238. There's no argument.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you see the criminal? This is what we call a criminal. Quran chapter 10 verse 82. God says he will enforce the truth with his words, not my words, not UTI Bozo's words, but the words of God. He will enforce the truth with his words, even if the criminals like this dislike it. Where does it say Salatul Zuhur in the verse? Where does it say Salatul Isha? Where does it say Salatul Fajr in that verse? It is about glory. Glorification is not the same as Salat. Go to Quran chapter 24 verse 41. Even the birds know the difference between Salat and glorification. Let me show you the verse. Quran chapter 24 verse 41. Check this verse on the screen. Birds, common birds, know the difference between glorification and Salat. Now this is the verse on the screen. It says, Alam tara anna allaha yusabbihu lahu ma fis samawati wal ard. Then he says, Wat tayru safat. Then he says, Kullun kad alima salatahu wa tasbihahu. You see what the verse says? It says each already knows its salats and its glorification. Glorification is not the same as salats. They are two different things. I can glorify God without washing, going to wash, ablution or anything. I can just say, glory be to God for waking me up in the morning. I can just say, glory be to God. Oh, it's evening. Glory be to God. But establishing the salat needs a specific action that you have been commanded to go and do by doing the wash up, going to stand, recite the verses, supplicate to God, do some obeisance. That is establishing salat. These clowns will be twisting the words of God in front of you, and you think they are knowledgeable. You wait till Baba Shuaib get them one-on-one. You see that they are liars. Wallahi. Let's go forward.
In Quran 2 verse 238, two prayers is mentioned.
You are a liar. Quran 2, chapter 2, verse 238 is not two prayers. You are a liar, UTI Bozo.
Two prayers. Get that.
He says, get that too. He's forcing it to you. Get that. The clowns and the sheeple will get it from him.
Now, having noticed this, let's talk about the Maghrib prayer. The Maghrib prayer is also mentioned in Quran chapter number 11, verse 114, where it says, wow.
Hey, they force things into the words of God. They force it. They put it by force. Maghrib, he says Maghrib prayer. We are going to check where it says Maghrib Salat. Let's check.
Aqimus salata, tarfay nahari, wa zulfan min al-layli, inna al-hasanati yuzhibuna sayyiati, zalika dhikra lidh-dhakirin. And establish prayer at the two ends of the day and at the approach of the night. Indeed, good deeds do away with misdeeds. That is the reminder for those who remember, inshallah. Now this is also understood as the
understood by who? Allah, this clause, is understood by who? Is understood as what? Understood by who?
Approach of zulfa min al-layli. The grammar zulfa min al-layli, approach of the night. Zulfa min al-layl. This refers to marking the onset of the night. Onset of the night after sunset. What's Maghrib?
Are you crazy? The word Maghrib means sunset. You said onset of the night after sunset. What kind of English are you speaking? Sunset means Maghrib. You say onset of the suns after sunset. Look at the English he just spoke.
Min al-layl, approach of the night. Zulfa min al-layl. This refers to marking the onset of the night. Onset of the night after sunset. What's Maghrib?
Onset of the night after sunset. Sunset is Maghrib in Arabic language. So he says after sunset. Hey.
Maghrib prayer. And this matches with the sunnah of the Prophet.
Hey. All of a sudden, this magician just brought sunnah of the Prophet in the conversation. Where is the sunnah? Where did you quote the sunnah saying the sunnah is explaining that the verse is like this? Hey, UTI. Biko. Please. Hey. This explains what sunnah of the Prophet. You are forcing words into the words of God and you are saying sunnah.
And this goes hand in hand with the teachings of the Prophet. If
where are the ladies? Did he show you any reference of the teachings of the Prophet? Where? UTI Bozo. Where did you give us the reference of the teachings of the Prophet? Where? I thought you guys says the hadith is the one explaining the Quran. So quote the hadith where the Prophet is explaining this verse now. Hey, sunnah of the Prophet. Allah Isa. May the curse of God be upon you in the broad daylight for lying to the people with the words of God. Inshallah.
You reject the teachings of the Prophet, but
we reject what teaches. Ladies and gentlemen, I just played this video. Did he show you any teachings of the Prophet? Hey, Lord have mercy. Where is Akrobetu? No.
God have mercy upon us.
Guys, I kept playing his video for how many minutes now? Did he show you any teachings of the Prophet here? Hey!
brings your own teachings and expect us to accept your own teachings. You should.
Is it not his own teachings he was just teaching us right now? Because he never gave any reference to where the Prophet was explaining all this garbage he kept saying. So he says own teachings. UTI, is it not your own teachings? Please, where is the reference? Look.
We'll be having psychological issues. Now let's go to the last prayer, which is Salatul Isha.
I think he's talking to himself. He does have psychological issues. UTI Bozu.
This we can find in Quran chapter number 24, verse number 58. Allah says in Quran chapter number 24, verse 58, that أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لِيَسْتَأْذِنْكَ الَّذِينَ مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ لَمْ يَبْلُغُوا حُلُمَ مِنْكُمْ ثَلَاثَ مَرَّاتٍ. Then you come to the ayah where it says, مِنَ الظَّهِيرَةِ وَمِنْ بَعْدِ صَلَاةِ الْعِشَاءِ. So over here, Salat al-Isha is also mentioned. So we have the 5 daily.
You are a hypocrite. This same verse mentions Salat al-Fajr there. That when you were quoting about Fajr, you didn't talk about Fajr here. You didn't come to this verse to mention Salat al-Fajr. Now you left this verse, you went to dance around several places. Now you came back here, chapter 24, verse 58. You say it's mentioned Salat al-Isha. So that's how you join all the garbage twisting you did. Now you say what? 5 Salat. Hey, UTI Bozu. Allah ya Isa.
The prayers over here. Salat al-Isha is also mentioned. Now, so it's so clear. The only problem.
Hey, UTI says he's so clear. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you listen to this guy with logic, what is clear from all the things he said? What was clear? 5 Salat is clear. Hey, Allah, this clowns. This is one clown from Ghana. That is number 1 clown. He's a clown. There is Hafiz Buhari. there's Sean Nation, then there's this guy, UTI Bozo, then there's Sadiq Bozo. These clowns like this, they are clowns actually.
People are having is in Quran 2 verse number 238. Now, if you understand the Arabic clearly, you will know that multiple prayers is mentioned there, and it's not just one prayer. So all the 5 daily prayers are in the Quran. If you claim you don't see it, we don't care about your own misconception. But any logical reasoning person should know that if it is 4, hell no way any Muslim will pray 5 times a day. Hell no way. Inshallah. Cool call Hazard. May Allah bless you. Allah reward you. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time.
Please, because no evidence.
Let's clap for him, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, UTI Bozo. I'm serious. If this guy is a teacher in any school, they have to fire him. Hey, so this is how these people on social media take you seriously, and they think you are making sense. Hey.